Yo, how's it going, everybody? My name, of course, is Dr. P, and I want to welcome you back to another video right here on the channel. Thank you so much for stopping back by. Over the past week or so, ever since the eye appeared in Polar Peak, that's been all we've been talking about, mostly because that's the most interesting thing in the game right now. Everyone wants to know what's going on with Isaac the Eye. Guys, make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. I'd really appreciate it if you could join the family and show some support. If you want to get gifted and get added to my friends list, look at how many people I've got added. It's actually pretty crazy. Either comment your epic ID below, or if you want to guarantee that you get added, check me out over on Caffeine. The link is in the description. As a reminder, I add everyone who shows up to my stream. I'm actually going to be live tomorrow, Tuesday the 4th of June at 1 p.m. EST, so if you can make it then, that would be your next opportunity. Alright, so the first theory today comes to you courtesy of VanosFan121. He says, what if the eye at Polar Peak is the Vault Keeper? The eye we saw in the in-between was the Vault Keeper watching us from the shadows, and she has been at Polar Peak the entire time. And the reason the statue will crack is because the beast is the real Vault Keeper, and the statue is an imposter. Just to clarify a couple of the points he made, number one, the eye in the in-between he's referencing is this right here. As you can see, it looks a lot like Isaac the Eye in the in-between, and I've gone over this in previous videos. It looks almost exactly like it, and not only that, the color of the iris is slightly orangish, and that's also the same color of the eye we have underneath Polar Peak right now, so I think it makes sense. Of course, VanosFan also references the fact that the statue in Neo Tilted, which we believe to be the Vault Keeper, is indeed going to crack at some point this season, courtesy of leaks from the game's coding. Overall, it's an unbelievably interesting idea to even consider that the eye could be the Vault Keeper, or at least the creature who the eye belongs to could be the Vault Keeper. I'm not saying it's true. In fact, I'd even say there's a low probability, but you never know. The fact that we see what appears to be an eye in the in-between, and it would follow you around, much like what the eye is doing right now, adds a little bit of extra validity to the theory. Next up, we've got a Reddit post from user JMcKee, and he says, I haven't seen anyone talking about how Bunker Jonesy's left eye is faded in the lineup art like he's seeing something. Could the Fortbyte image be him painting or seeing a vision of the future? If you get a close-up of Bunker Jonesy's face in this screen right here, you can see, indeed, his left eye does seem to be more faded. It seems to be almost supernatural. It is definitely not the same as his other right eye, which we can see is normal. Not only just his eye, but his overall demeanor and body language in this picture makes it seem like he is looking into some vision of the future. Who knows? Bunker Jonesy might be a prophet, and this picture backs up the theories we previously had about that exact thing. The theory about Bunker Jonesy all along so far through Season 9 has been that he is painting a vision of the future on the wall, and the reason why we think this is because, of course, he painted an eye on the Fortbyte image. Sure enough, we get an eye in the game. He also painted what appears to be some kind of demonic creature. Could this be the creature inside Polar Peak? It seems like this is growing a little more likely with every passing day. Obviously, Bunker Jonesy proves to be a big part of the season and already has been. Of course, the whole season started off with him eating Peely, being trapped in that bunker for what we think was around 8 years. And of course, he's featured in the Fortbyte image. Clearly, he's got some knowledge of what's going on this season. So for those reasons, I don't put it past Epic at all to put a little tiny hint such as fading out one of his eyes and making it look like he's seeing a vision to indicate what could come in the future. Just for the sake of the video, let's assume, based on this new evidence, that Bunker Jonesy is indeed writing a story of the Fortnite future on the wall in that bunker. I mean, that appears pretty likely based on what he's painted and then what's actually happened so far. If it's true, then maybe this cube on the wall right there represents Kevin the Cube, and if he's painting the future, Is Kevin coming back? That is the million-dollar question. I'm sure there are a lot of mixed votes as to whether or not they want Kevin to come back. On one hand, I know a lot of people are avid supporters of Kevin. It's crazy. It really is crazy how people still love this cube and it hasn't been in the game for many seasons. On the other hand, I wouldn't be surprised if a good number of you guys just don't even want to see this cube back in the game. Let me know your thoughts and let me know which side you're on. Next up, we've got Yama's Llama, who says, "Hey Dr. P, I feel like I see magma in the first image inside the ice and something like a monster, more like a shark in the second." I remember covering this in a video during Season 7, but it's probably relevant to talk about again. As you can see right here, it does look like there's some kind of creature inside of the ice sitting next to the Ice King. The image you're seeing is actually one snippet of the entire image of the Unexpected Awakening loading screen, which is this loading screen, which depicts the Ice King waking up after that castle is accidentally de-thawed. Could we have gotten a hint all the way back in Season 7 when the Ice King first woke up that there was going to be some creature involved with Polar Peak and with the castle? Take a look at it again. It is very clearly looking like some kind of creature inside the ice. It looks like it's got very sharp teeth, and I tried to zoom in to see if the eye matches the pupil of what's underneath Polar right now. I couldn't really get a good look at it, but it's inconclusive. I can't draw anything from that, so it might not. We'll have to wait and see. Remember, Fortnite said back in Season 4 that they had the storyline written out all the way through Season 9, meaning during Season 7, they knew what they were going to do for Season 9, and maybe they thought that far into the future to prepare and dropped a little hint back in Season 7. I would definitely not put it past them, given Epic Games' history. Next up, we've got Sourkens, and he says, "Dr. P, if you listen closely to the Catasai, you can hear a heartbeat, just like the eggs when they were frozen at Polar Peak." I don't think it's news to too many people that the eye has a heartbeat. I pointed that out the first second it came out in my first video ever about the Catasai. I pointed out that it had a heartbeat, and I think most people know that, but what most people might not piece together in their head is, like what Sourkin said, the eggs at Polar Peak before, way back in Season 7, also had a heartbeat. You could walk right up to the eggs and you could hear a very faint heartbeat, almost exactly like what you hear when you walk up to the Catasai. You hear a very faint heartbeat. Could this in and of itself be a hint that the creature underneath Polar right now is indeed what was inside of those eggs? And as we know, those eggs gave way to the hybrid creatures back in Season 8. One of the biggest and most widespread theories about the Caddis right now is that it is just a mother hybrid that had a lot of time to develop, and maybe the prisoner left one of his eggs there when he went to the volcano in preparation for the future. If there was a heartbeat for the eggs, and the eggs were at Polar back in Season 7, and now there's a heartbeat, a very similar heartbeat, when you stand next to the eye, and those are like the only two times we've ever heard heartbeats in Fortnite, that's gotta mean something, and that's gotta add a lot of credibility to the hybrid dragon theory. Huge thanks to Sourkens for that awesome idea. Next up, we've got Bird Blaster, who says the definition of Demi is like half god. So does that mean that Demi is supportive of the dragon and that she is armed with the power of the dragon? She could literally be a dragon, or at least part dragon. Demi is the skin I'm using in the gameplay right here. Her description says armed with the power of a dragon. She's even got a dragon tattoo on her other arm. I made a video in the past few days in which I literally talked about this in detail, but let's go over some new info. So the official definition of the word demi, it's a prefix and it means, number one, either half, number two, partially. Basically, those two were synonyms. I think Bird Blaster makes a solid point. She could literally be part dragon. It would not surprise me with the way this season is going. Definitely keep an eye out on Demi over the course of the season. I wouldn't be shocked at all if, say, for example, she ends up being a part of an upcoming loading screen and maybe we find out some more information about who she is and what she's doing. Speaking of upcoming loading screens, we're probably going to get them leaked with the next update, which is coming this week, version 9.2. Along with it, there's been a new item that was just announced today called the Storm Flip. Now, I have no clue what this is. I actually don't even have any idea where to start with this, so if you've got any theories, let me know. All we know about it is the official description Epic Games gave to it, and that is unleash the storm or tame it. The choice is yours. I guess we're gonna have to wait a couple days to find out officially what it's going to do. Nonetheless, it looks like a very intriguing item. If I had to guess when this update is gonna come out, I'd say either tomorrow or Wednesday. More than likely Wednesday, because they have not announced the update for tomorrow. They usually announce the update's downtime the day prior. I don't expect them to make that announcement today, but I'm not ruling it out. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate every one of you who sends me a theory on Twitter, on YouTube, anywhere you can get a hold of me. You guys are the basis of my channel, and I love you guys so much. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and drop a like if you enjoyed and you want to see more. Help me get closer to 450,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate that. I'll catch you in the next video, guys, and until then, take it easy, and I'll see you later.